What's going on? How y'all doing out there on this nice day? It's been a nice day, a little warmer than what it's supposed to be, but it's all good. Start out by saying hit that like, subscribe, share button, do all that good stuff for your boy. Of course, anything I say on this joint is not concrete. It is not applied to the masses. It is not a one size fits all, meaning that, yeah, this is the way, this is how you do it, and that's what everybody's supposed to do. No, some of this stuff will apply to some people and some it won't. So, that's what anything I say or anyone else says. It's all basically our opinions upon life, what we've experienced. It's truth, but it's not the truth, because as long as you're living, you are actually experiencing something. So you cannot negate one's life experiences. So this is why I have a tendency of not negating what people say, because that's their life. They experienced it or they seen it. So it makes it etched in stone. It makes it to be fact because it actually happened. So with that being said, I want to touch on something briefly in regards to dating. Those who may know me may understand that I repeat, I do not suggest that you should go out here and date. Dating is not for those who seek to be married or seek to be in a long-term relationship with someone. That's not what it is. It was originally for those who were actually already together and they found a time that they set aside a time to actually go out with each other. That's what dating was. But prior to when I was a kid, of course, I'm 40 years old. So I'm an early 80s baby. Prior to when I was a kid, and those who were prior before me, they were familiar with terms of going steady. They were familiar with the term of courting. That's what used to transpire. Now it's just, oh, you go to date. And with courting, it was a whole different process. You actually everything was just flat out different. You wanted a girl, you pretty much had to get your approach right because she was actually schooled and well versed by her father already. And of course, back in those times, fathers actually were still in the home. You didn't have a lot of this unmarried parenting stuff going on where you ain't married to that kid's parent and you just raising the kid solely by yourself based upon choice. So mostly based upon choice. I'll reiterate that. So in those times, you had to actually still go through the father, which is why men are so important. And somehow or another, society has done away with that. That's a whole nother topic that I'm not ready for to dive into right now. If you want to check that out, of course, I will dive into that at some point, but not on this video. So once the fathers was done away with, that actually opened the door for dating, in which everyone generally knows what happens in today's day and age. You go out on a date, you set it, whatever it is, and both are either hoping for it or dreading the end part of the date, where a guy, he may take you to a restaurant or whatever it is, and depending upon how much he spent, he expects to get some afterwards. That is what it is currently. See, now, when they was doing in the courting and the study time, guy was eventually hoping just to get a kiss. That's all he was looking for. You know, the kiss solidified, oh, we finna be in this thing for the long haul. He was excited. Now that's not the case, which is why it all sucks currently. Because when you were courting or when you were going to study, that's why they call it study. You were actually studying the other person. You were getting to actually really know them. Now it's just, oh, okay, We said it. Oh, we got this car. We like this. Oh, okay. Well, I feel your energy. I feel your vibe. All right, now you're off to the bedroom. You didn't learn too much, nothing about it. You went out on one date, and that's why, we the whole one night stand and all this other stuff. No one's really learning. Well, a lot of people, I won't say no one. A lot of people are not really learning who they're with. Therefore, you're saying, oh, well, the dating world sucks. Well, how the heck you think it sucks? You didn't learn the person. You didn't learn this person. Now you're upset or in your feelings because you skipped. You basically, dating is cliff notes of what the other stuff used to be. All right, give me the cliff note version. All right, boom, bang, boom. We done bang, bang, wang, wang, bang, boom, boom. And next thing you know, one individual possibly has their feelings involved while the other person's like, all right, on to the next one. Because you done that so much, I on to the next one. So then you got dudes out here saying these 304s ain't loyal. Then all the females out here saying all the guys are dogs and all this other stuff because a lot of you all have polluted what actually is supposed to transpire, which is why you cannot find anyone. You can't find anyone because you're not studying the person. When people talk to me, I'm like, no, I don't date. And I don't. I actually learn people. I will actually take the time, and it doesn't really take, especially me being 49, it doesn't take me long at all to actually learn who you are. And of course, a lot of people will get mad and be like, oh, you think you know me? No, I'm just learning your core foundational pieces, in which your core foundation is pretty much going to tell me the structure of who you are. It's like a building. When you know what the foundation is, you can pretty much tell and diagnose what's wrong with the building. That's exactly what I do as far as when it comes to people. There are certain things I'm looking for in order to tell me how you're going to move, how you're going to interact with me. And there are certain things I may be testing. So I actually know, okay, if this is actually worth my time, a waste of my time, or how much work do I have to put in with you? I'm bypassing all that crap because I don't have time okay, let's go out on a date. Because a lot of dates I've seen when I've been out with people, watch other people. Cause yeah, I will watch. When I say I'll watch other people while I'm out too. So I'm watching other people while I'm out, and there's the one individual sitting there, or both of them are doing it. They're both on their cell phones, ain't really too much paying each other attention. So what the heck did you two go out for? You out there on a date with somebody, you're on your cell phone, halfway paying attention, and then the little dope dude, whoever he is, like, oh, okay, doesn't even really care. He's still trying to get the draws. That's all he wanted. You went out on a date, you didn't take no time to learn it, but so then you turn around and say, oh, these 304s ain't loyal. Oh, you can't trust nothing. How can you trust anything when you ain't learned nothing? You didn't learn anything. You didn't. So you classifying chicks as certain things in regards to, oh, okay, we already know, or we already know how that is because based on the previous experience. Your previous experience may not actually tell the full story of what it is. That's why when I say I watch so much stuff in people, it's like, okay, I see that, let me confirm it. I don't make no assumption about somebody until I get my confirmation. And there are certain things I will do to actually get me my confirmation. I don't just automatically assume, because I learned a long time ago, assuming can get you in trouble. And the last thing I want to be is in trouble. So as a people, if you really want to be in a good relationship, y'all got to stop this whole dating mess. I mean, there's no two ways about it. You actually need to sit down and take the time to actually learn somebody, because there's a whole other misconception that people think that there's this special person out there for you. No, there's not. Because that one special person that you thought that was that one special person, and y'all connected so well, and it's just everything's so great. Next thing you know, you either separated, find yourself in divorce, or y'all not together no more. But that was supposed to be that one special person. So what happens that with the one special person that didn't even work? Who you finna find now? Because there's this, you said it was just this one special person out there. It's not one special person. When you learn people, anyone can work for you. You just have to actually learn them and they learn you. And then you put the stuff together and then that's how you make it work, because nothing works without you learning it. You have to learn it. So you have to learn the other individual. But if you want to just go out here and bypass, all right, let's go ahead and just jump in the sack and we determine the relationship on if they was good in the sack or not. That's how we gonna move. That is the wrong way. Matter of fact, for all y'all out here who steady be saying, I can't get in a relationship unless I see how good you are in bed. How did all those ones that were good in bed get the relationship go? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question. All of the ones who you deem to be good in bed, how did that relationship go if you're just basing your relationships off of if someone's good in bed or not? So if you've had at least about 3 or 4 or 5, well, I'll say max 5 good experiences and you're no longer with them, that should tell you to stop using that whole basis to determine your relationship, if somebody's good in bed or not, because that doesn't determine on how your relationship is going to go. And the folks who've gotten older, I remember when I was a kid, they used to say, hey, son, the whole little, they didn't say sex then, but I can't remember what it is they said. But that only lasts for so long. When you get older, them knees and all that stuff, you don't go all night and all that other stuff no more. And it's like, that does not determine. It's people, I see it on social media so much so that they have that being at the top of their list to get in a relationship. And it should be the last thing on your list. It shouldn't be the first thing. It technically should be the last thing on your list. Because if you actually getting to know this person and learning them, this up here will trigger that down there. All the stimulation going on up here will trigger that down there. All the extra connection, the touch, the feel. Oh, you complete a sentence. Oh, you know what she was thinking, or you know what he was thinking. All that stuff is triggers. That's trigger points, and it will trigger the other individual sexually, and they become aroused. This stuff happens. It adds to the element. All this, you just jumping and bypassing and doing something that you did with somebody else that you thought was good, or you hoping they do something that somebody else is good. You technically still living in the past, but y'all always talk about don't live in the past. But when it comes to y'all sexual priorities, y'all are basing it upon past events, not letting people be who they are. So, yeah. Anyway, y'all want better relationships, y'all just got to get out of this dating mess. It's really that simple. Because we all know, as I said before, that guys expect to get some at the end of a date, and a chick expects to go to somewhere nice. And y'all trading off for what? Y'all trading that off. Y'all ain't even taking the time to actually learn the person. You got to take a time to learn whoever it is, this individual you're interested in. And you're not going to do that in a matter of days or weeks, especially if you're like 20 years old. Do you think you can learn somebody who's been here for at least 20 years in a matter of a few weeks? No, you cannot. You cannot. You can see certain things that may make you think otherwise, but even then, you're going to see a lot of stuff. Oh, and another thing, everybody has something toxic, as I like to say, about them. So all these look, you're like, oh, toxic. Trust and believe, everybody has something in some regard that would be considered toxic to somebody else. Y'all got to stop that mess too, man. Anyway, as I always say, fix your face, fix your feelings. Yeah, because I'm sure there's some things I said you may not like or may not agree with. But the harsh reality is things were a lot different when we were courting and actually going study. You had rascals out on the sidewalk or out on the corner singing love songs to a chick. That don't even happen now. Look at the music we got now. Wet the bed and all this other junk. Come on, man.